Henry's back in an all-new series of Amazing Animals.
Hit it, Ma!
Amazing Animals, available now on video. Watch out for the upcoming range of Amazing Animals book and interactive learning titles. Welcome to the world of amazing river animals.
Oh, I love my tubby! Dee, 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 dee. Bubbles! Check! Scale soap! Check! Towel! Straight! My check one's in the wash.
Bath time, Henry.
That's me! Bath time, Henry!
So why don't you get in?
Sheesh! Can a lizard get a little privacy?
All right, I'm going. But don't be too long.
Now, come here, ducky. I'm feeling sleepy.
Henry, is that bath still running?
Wild river, wild river.
Henry! I'm coming in. Oh no, Henry, you flooded everything. You've turned this whole place into a river.
I did? Cool! I'll call it the Henry Sippy.
Oh, this isn't the way a real river starts.
I know, but it's only a half-hour show.
Usually rivers get started high in the mountains.
Like snow skiers.
Well, kind of. And like skiers, rivers only travel in one direction. Down.
You mean this show is heading downhill already?
Now, Henry. Here in the mountains, the river does its sharpest falling and its fastest flowing. So animals have to hang on tight, like this tadpole does with its special sucker.
Remind me never to kiss a tadpole.
It takes a pretty tough animal to fight this current, but some even manage to swim up it.
I'd rather just go with the flow, wouldn't you? And go where the river runs wider and slower.
You'll find a lot more animal life here,
Pretty.
but not all of it's friendly.
You can say that again.
There's more room to maneuver as the river gets wider and carries more water. Until finally, the fresh water of the river meets the salt water of the sea.
I always like a story with a salty ending. With just a few household objects, you too can turn your bathtub into a boat, fit for downstream adventure.
I'd be careful, Henry. Rivers can get pretty wild, you know.
Oh, I'm ready for anything.
That's good, 'cause there are rapids dead ahead.
Rapid deadheads? What do... Ah!
Row left. Row right. Row left. Row right.
Would you please make up your mind? Ah!
Hang on.
To what? Oh, my rubber ducky! Oh!
Don't worry about that now, Henry.
How can you say that? There's a rubber duck in danger! Don't worry, ducky! Henry's coming! Ah!
Henry!
Hello!
I'm impressed you made it past those rapids.
Me too. Or I'd be fish food.
Don't worry about the salmon. They don't eat when they're spawning.
Excuse me. What's spawning?
When salmon lay their eggs upriver. But first they have to journey past many obstacles, like waterfalls and bears.
How grisly.
Some bears use the wait and catch technique, while others make a big splash.
Hey! You're scaring the fish away! Here she comes! Whoops!
Catching a belly full of fish is a bare necessity for these big mammals. A bear once ate 88 fish in a single day.
1 down, 87 to go. Mr. Splashy isn't doing so well.
That's bad news for bears who need to eat. But good news for salmon, who only turn this color when they're migrating. They use their acute sense of smell to sniff their way back to where they were born, to lay thousands of eggs.
I knew fish smelled, but that is amazing.
Salmon aren't the only amazing acrobats skilled at surviving in fast water. The North American dipper has amazing transparent inner eyelids which work like diving goggles underwater.
Flashy.
Dippers patrol the beds of shallow, fast-flowing streams, looking for bugs and fish to feed their chicks.
There's a dipper going for a dip.
Dippers are divers. They even learn to swim before they can fly.
Well, keep practicing.
They often nest behind waterfalls.
Don't they get wet?
Maybe a little bit, but it's close to their food supplies, and it keeps the chicks safe from most predators.
Plus, it lets them keep up with current events.
Henry, it's time for your report on mice fishing.
What? Now?
Yes, now.
Out of my way! Journal lizard coming through! Tonight, pink is in again for flamingo fashion. And birds get pimples too. But now, our top story. Top Kitty posters can now reveal the top 3 hobbies of cats. They love knitting and hang gliding, but topping the list is fishing. Dissatisfied with conventional cat food, cats can now take rotten paws, put on kitty waders, and go angling for something fresher. First, they tried fly fishing, but they quickly got tired of eating flies. So now, using cheese for bait, they go after the most pussycat-pleasing fishy of all, the sneaky mousefish. An attractive cross between the house mouse and a goldfish, these micefish are no fools. They protect themselves with a bonefish and a little help from the cat's natural underwater enemy, the dogfish. So watch out, kitty cats. The river is gonna get you. The river is gonna get you tonight. More later. But first, here now the sports.
Fantasyland 1, Lizards 0.
Rats.
It did have a grain of truth to it, though.
A whole grain? That's good.
I mean that in South America's Andes Mountains, there's actually a mouse that goes fishing.
Really? What's it called?
The fishing mouse.
Oh, that figures.
The fishing mouse is a super swimmer with water-repellent fur, flipper-sized feet, and tiny ears that clamp down to keep the water out.
It can even hop waterfalls in a single bound.
All this spells trouble for the small fry that live in this stream.
Small fries? He gets fries with his fish? So he's getting the deluxe mousy meal. Does it come with a free toy?
Fry are baby fish, Henry, and the mouse's sensitive whiskers can detect even the slightest underwater vibrations, leading him straight to his prey.
Wow! That's amazing! Talk about your catch of the day. Welcome to Handy Andy's Fish Hut, right here in the Andes Mountains, where the fish is fresh, and so are the waiters. You catch 'em, you eat 'em. There's no cooking and no table manners required, with portions big enough to feed a mouse. So come on down.
That'll do, Henry. Looks like you're doing more bailing than sailing, Henry.
And my boat's still half full. I'm just gonna tip it out.
I wouldn't do it that way.
You're right. There's a much quicker way to empty a tub.
Which is?
Pull the plug.
Now you've done it.
Rats. Oh, hi. I was just in the neighborhood and thought I'd drop in. You haven't seen a duck around here, have you? No. I don't suppose you get many air breathers down here.
You'd be surprised, Henry. You're not the first four-legged animal to visit.
Oops. Sorry, ladies. Didn't mean to interrupt your bath. What's the matter? Not enjoying the show? Or are you just stretching? I'm beginning to feel like I'm at some kind of hippo health farm.
Why's that, Henry? This is just an ordinary herd of hippos feeding and floating in the river.
Yeah, but they've got all these health treatments going on, like underwater aqua jogging. Keep it up, Hilda! One more lap around the riverbed!
I'll bet you didn't know hippos could be so graceful.
Graceful wasn't the word I was thinking of.
With all that bulk, it's much easier to move around down here than on land.
Luckily, they can hold their breath for 5 minutes at a stretch.
Hippos have to stay in the river during the day because their skin isn't so good at holding moisture. They lose water 5 times faster than a human would out in the heat.
Not with proper healthy hippo skin treatments. Everybody out for your all-over mud masks.
Hippos can protect their skin with a layer of mud which keeps the water in and the sun's burning rays out.
We do facials with it. And really hip hippos use it to make their own personal fashion statements.
Or to ward off insect bites.
Don't you just love this season's stripy look?
An all-over coating provides more protection for daytime grazing.
Agreed. But here at Hippo Health Farm, why worry when you can dine on river lettuce right here at the fresh and juicy floating salad bar and stay as happy as a hippo in the water? You can even get a back massage from one of our trained back scratch birds.
That bird's called a jacana, Henry, and it feeds on ticks and other parasites on the hippo's back.
Ticks? keep it quiet. If the hippo hears, she might... Hey, come back! We have a strict no-tick policy here. All right, crew. Our mission is to find that ducky. You there.
Me, Captain?
Look shipshape. I want you to swap the poop decks. And check the sonar. How's it looking?
Sonar, so good.
Watch it.
Uh-oh, there's something at 9 o'clock.
What?
There's something else at 12 o'clock.
Will you stop reading the TV guide and look for my ducky?
12 o'clock means there's something right in front of us, Captain Henry.
Really? Hey, that's no duck. Those are fish. Don't you guys know not to cross the river without looking?
Those river fish have more important things to worry about.
Like what?
Like kingfishers. They don't need sonar to find fish.
Kingfishers? Why are they called kingfishers?
Watch what they can do.
Oh, aerial attack! Dive, dive, dive!
You don't need to tell the kingfisher.
I wasn't. I was talking to the fish.
The kingfisher's streamlined body and long bill make it incredibly well equipped for a life of river fishing.
I'd like to see it catch one of those.
Not likely, Henry. Crocodiles are excellent fish catchers as well.
Gadzooks! Look at all of them.
Here, they're forming a living fishing net, Henry. Working closely together, up to 70 crocodiles push scores of fish into the shallow water where they can easily be snapped up.
I thought snappers were a kind of fish. And it's not polite to eat with your mouth open.
The marabou storks don't mind the manners, as long as there are some leftovers for them.
Well, I'm keeping far away from these guys. Hanging out with crocodiles is strictly for the birds.
And now, ladies and gentle lizards, it's time for Henry's amazing Golden Gecko Awards.
The winners of my all-time best amazing river animals are... In third place, it's... Hey! Just because you're not first, it's no reason to get huffy. It's the hippo. In second place, for having that never-say-quit attitude and a color scheme that makes you think it's Christmas, it's the salmon. But tonight's Golden Gecko Award for coolest river animal goes to the giant otter. Often found in groups of up to 12, it can truly be said that these sociable mammals really know how to party. Here's a pair of giant otters having some fun playing in the river current. The giant otter lives in the rivers of South America, and at 50% bigger than their North American cousins, I estimate that these otters have at least 50% more fun. And with their mighty beaver-like tails, their frog-like webbed feet, and their curving dolphin-like bodies. Get in there, fella! Wow! They are some of the most amazing swimmers around, which comes in very handy when it's time to catch your dinner.
Henry, do you know what kind of fish those are?
No, but they sure look grumpy.
They're piranha. Man-eating piranha.
Lucky that's an otter and not a man, then. Just like that fishing mouse, the otter can detect fishy movements with its whiskers, and it zooms in on its prey. Bingo! And so tonight, Amazing Animal salutes the giant otter, a truly amazing river animal.
One we all ought to get to know better, right, Henry?
Watch it. That's my joke.
Permission to speak, Captain?
Well, if you must.
What seems to be the problem?
We've lost all power. The engines are down. She'll not take much more of this. Whoa! Hey!
Careful, Henry!
Back and forth, and back and forth, and turn. Whoa!
It's not the engines that are down.
Then what is it?
The river!
What happened? Ouch! Rats!
Not rats, Henry. Beavers. They've stopped the river flowing.
Oh, no! Not my river!
The Henry Sippy isn't the first river to dry up, you know, Henry. But usually, this is the culprit.
But everybody loves a little sunshine in their lives.
Too much of anything can cause trouble, Henry.
Stand back! Mud monster!
Catfish, actually, and they're stranded on the riverbed.
I get it. A riverbed is like a waterbed, except with water let out.
Kind of. It's natural for rivers to rise and fall with the seasons, and some animals, like the stork, take advantage of drought to find food left in the mud.
So much for being happy as a clam.
That's the way of the wild, Henry. What's good news for one animal is too bad for another. Baboons pose another threat to clams when the river is low.
Please don't call me selfish, but I'm glad I'm not a shellfish. Ooh, what big teeth you have. But not big enough to crack this clam. Oh, phooey. Guess you'll have to cancel that clam bake. Looks like it's gonna rain anyway.
It certainly is. And the drops can barely penetrate the parched, dry earth. The water gets trapped above the surface and instantly looks for some place to go. Down the riverbed.
That's amazing! Good news, catfish! You can get up off that leafy bed and swim!
Yes, but not everyone's a swimmer, Henry.
Do you think it's too late to take lessons?
Just a little. There's a flash flood coming.
The chameleon's safe on that tree, right? That's my Uncle Claude. I'd know those eyes anywhere. Oh no! The tree fell over! Poor Claude! Be brave! Don't worry! But whatever you do, hang on! Do you think he'll make it?
Oh yes, Henry. He'll be fine.
But how? Hey! Oh, you're right! Way to go, Claude!
I knew he would from his name. He clawed his way right out of trouble.
And isn't that just amazing? One more joke from you and I'll walk. Journey's end, the sea. But my poor duckie's been washed away forever.
You did it, Henry. The big mouth of the river.
What did you call me?
Not you. The mouth of a river is where it opens up into the sea.
Oh.
Aren't you glad you made it?
How can I be glad when my duckie's gone forever? When I'll never smell that sweet, fresh ducky smell again. Ducky! Squeak to me! Yay! I thought I'd lost you.
Ah, congratulations, Henry.
Come home, Ducky, please. We just might make it by bath time. Not that I have a bath anymore. And did you meet any nice river animals on your trip? And weren't they just amazing? You always say the sweetest things.